Welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. We have been asking ourselves, who is going to save us from this regime that wants to impose a disease on us, that is Ebola? There has been news, discussions on the internet and across the media platforms on the plan for Kenya to allow the United States, through the President Donald Trump and William Ruto, to set up an Ebola quarantine center in Kenya to house those Americans that have been exposed to the Ebola. Kenyans have been questioning and discussing about it. Nobody has been willing to defend the people of the Republic of Kenya. Nobody has been willing to run to court to block it. But this evening, Kenyans might receive a relief after something urgently has been done. And this one, in a normal court, that critically reasons will block the setup of a quarantine center in Kenya. I know. Any court that is reasoning critically, basing on how Kenyans have been distressed by the move, I am very sure a judge of sound mind or a magistrate will definitely give orders to block the construction. Katiba Institute has emerged as a savior on this topic that is touching the people of the Republic of Kenya. And allow me to read what they have said. Katiba Institute has filed a petition challenging the proposed establishment of Ebola quarantine and treatment facilities in Kenya. Katiba Institute is challenging the proposed establishment of a quarantine facility for American citizens exposed to Ebola and other highly infectious diseases in Kenya. The petition, through the senior counsel Joshua Malizo, has been filed under certificate of urgency. It is brought against the Attorney General, first respondent, and the Cabinet Secretary for the Ministry of Health, second respondent. To ensure transparency, accountability, and court oversight before a final determination is made, Katiba Institute is asking the court to urgently do the following: halt facility operations, restrain the respondent from establishing, operationalizing, or approving any Ebola quarantine or treatment facility in Kenya under any arrangement with the United States or other foreign governments pending the hearing and determination of the matter. Prevent entry of exposed persons. Katiba Institute is asking orders to be given to bar the respondents and their agents from receiving, transferring, or facilitating the entry into Kenya of any individual exposed or infected with Ebola under the impugned arrangements. Compel contingency planning. Katiba Institute is requiring or is seeking orders requiring the Cabinet Secretary for Health to prepare and present to the court within 24 hours a comprehensive contingency plan detailing Kenya's preparedness measures for the prevention, surveillance, control, and response to any potential Ebola outbreak. Mandate full disclosure. Compel the respondents to disclose to Katiba Institute and the public the full terms for any agreement or negotiations regarding the proposed facility. This includes or related public health, environmental, biosafety, or security assessments, regulatory and parliamentary approvals, and the specific protocols for the admission and treatment of exposed persons. The case affirms that even in matters of diplomacy and public health, the Constitution remains supreme and binding on all state organs. The secretive and unilateral establishment of an Ebola quarantine facility raises grave constitutional concerns regarding the rights to life, health, fair administrative action, public participation, and parliamentary oversight. Therefore, Katiba Institute is asking the court to determine whether the executive can expose the public to such significant risks without complying with constitutional safeguards. At its core, the case is about preserving constitutional accountability, protecting public health, and ensuring that no government may place expediency above the lives and the safety of the people of the Republic of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, Katiba Institute has finally emerged as our savior in this issue. And I know they will receive the orders, of course. But the big question is, will the defiant Kasongo respect the orders from the court? That is the biggest question tonight. Yes, Katiba Institute has filed a petition. It is going to court to seek orders. The orders will be granted. But my fear is, maybe Kasongo has pocketed money from Trump. Maybe Kasongo has eaten something from Trump. Will he respect the orders that will be given by the courts? That is my worry. When everyone was silent, when other institutions were silent, Kalonzo is a senior counsel. He didn't even bother to file a petition using his firm. But Katiba Institute has come as a savior. And we must tell our courts that please stand united against these colonial injustices. Make your own decision as a Kenyan. Look at this issue as a Kenyan. If the superpower is unable to safeguard and treat its people, how about Kenya, just a developing country? Will we survive the pandemic? Sometimes our leaders joke too much. God bless you. See you in the next episode. Asanteni sana.